Hello, once again. Welcome to another session of Burnout Watch with me, Violet, is your host. We are going to be looking at the anatomy of burnout from mind, body, spirit perspective. But you know how we do it? One aspect at a time. Okay, let me begin. Like I've already said, burnout is not a sudden explosion. It's more like a slow leak. By the time you feel completely drained, it's been brewing for weeks, months, or even years. Yes, there's some people who are too strong for their own good. And they are the ones who just normally just kill over, say, the executive had heart attack in the office, burnt out, and they didn't even realize because they kept going and going. The earlier you see the signs, the easier it is to reverse. The mind, when your mental resolve starts to unravel, fry, dismantle, whatever word you want to come up with, it's not you. Burnout begins in the mind more often than we realize. The early warning signs are decision fatigue. Everyday choices feel like monumental tasks. For example, ordering a meal at McDonald's becomes a crisis. You just stand there, unable to decide, or you end up ordering something just because everybody's waiting, or whoever with you will have to order for you. Been there, and I totally understand, but I can gladly tell you that is not me anymore. And I thank God for bringing me out of that. Another thing you might realize is dull concentration. You like reading the same paragraph 3, 4 times, but still cannot remember what you've just read. You can't imagine admitting a patient or having to read the admission discharge letter or having to write that report. And your brain is refusing to cooperate. You don't want to do it. Though it's a simple task, you've done it for years. Now you can't imagine doing it because your brain is refusing to cooperate with you. You will be at it for hours and still not finish that admission. And this is happening to you. And you used to be able to do it in minutes. And then it's time to step back when this is happening. It's time to step back, take time off, and re-evaluate what is happening, what needs to change, what new things do you need to put in place as safety measures. Another thing that happens is cynicism. It will creep in. If nothing is done, cynicism will creep in. You notice your thoughts turning negative or sarcastic. Yeah, even sarcastic about things you used to enjoy, negative about things you used to like. When you feel like that, it's time to exit or take a long break to re-evaluate and decide on next steps. You know you've got time off. It's yours. Use it to take re-evaluate your life. Re-evaluate your life. You might not want to leave the job, but take time off to re-evaluate your life, strategize what is the way forward. Believe me, this level affects everyone around you when you become cynical. it affects everyone around you. So you need to deal with it as soon as possible. And taking time off is better than leaving the job altogether or death. I know I go there because I've seen it a lot. I've seen it a lot. And another thing you might experience is irritability. A little annoyance trigger oversized reaction, tears, breakdown, fear, anxiety levels rising. When this happens, know that the monster has crept in unnoticed. I know we cannot all take time off, but time off used well is better than quitting your role altogether. When you are off, don't be taking another shift elsewhere. Really use your off to rest, reflect, and think about where your life is headed. So use your time off well. Don't waste it. Use it well. So why does this dull concentration, cynicism, irritability, and what have you happen? Why? Because chronic stress pushes the brain into survival mode, prioritizing immediate threats over long-term thinking. Which is why people don't think about the future, they just quit immediately because long-term thinking has been jeopardized. Also, cortisol's level, if they stay elevated, this impairs memory and focus because cortisol regulates various bodily functions, including metabolism, immune response, blood pressure, sleep and wake cycle. You can see why sleep gets disturbed. You can see why your blood pressure shoots up, sicknesses, illnesses, irritable bowels, constipation, and what have you. If extra doses are released in response to stress, high level of cortisol in the body can lead to high blood pressure, weight change, sleep change, and low levels can lead to fatigue, low blood pressure, and what have you. Now imagine what happens when the body is in constant state of high alert. It will eventually crash. Over time, your brain becomes less flexible, making creative problem solving harder. Hence, you cannot think of obvious solutions because of all the stress and pressure the brain is going through. What to watch out for? A shrinking emotional bandwidth, which is exhibited by you saying or feeling like, I just can't handle this anymore. I can't do it. I've had enough. I was reading about emotional intelligence by a gentleman named Goldman. He talks about self awareness and what that means. I love the fact that emotions are feelings caused by what is going on inside us and around us. And being self-aware means you recognize feelings that take you away from your baseline the moment it starts happening. Why is that? Well, because you know yourself, you understand yourself, you know who you are and what makes you tick. In a nutshell, you understand your abilities, your thoughts, and everything else about you. Thus, you can quickly recognize when something is off. For example, loss of curiosity, loss of motivation in areas you used to want in areas you used to want to explore. So when you notice this major change happening in your life, know that burnout has paid you a visit and do something about it. That's it from me for now. I'll see you in the next video as we look at the mind. Thank you. Goodbye.